Alright, this is what I bought yesterday. I spent barely any money on it, and I've got the title inside. So this is a 71 Buick GS 350, and I always wanted one of these cars, so finally bought one. It's got some damage on the door here. Guess I'll show that. I gotta fix that. And then it's got a little bit of rust. Got a dent here, but it's got a little bit of rust down here. And I'll have to take that out. Somebody's punched the lock out. It's down to bare metal here. This is bare metal. Doesn't show up that great on the camera, but that is bare metal. So what I'm gonna do is sand this down and then prime it. And then I'll probably rattle can this dark red until I can paint it. Because right now I can't paint this where it's sitting right now. I mean, so I looked in the trunk. I can't open it right now, but I will open it in a second. This side's got a little bit too. We've got a little bit down here that needs fixed. But other than that, that is the rust that's on the car. The top looks good. It's got like a little dent here, and this is down to bare metal. So this is bare metal. And what had happened was this was owned by an older guy that really liked these cars, and it was his hobby to kind of restore them. And he got this GS 350 to restore, and he also had a GS 455, GS 400. He had a bunch of cars there, but he passed away, and his son was selling them because his wife wanted them gone. So after he passed, they went ahead and sold them. And so he had this one left, he had a GS 455 left, and a 1969 GS 400 that was left. The 400 was basically just a parts car. The GS 455 was in restorable condition, but a lot worse than this car, and he wanted more for it. So I picked this one, and I'm kind of happy that I did, because I've been underneath it. The floors, believe it or not, the floors on this car are in perfect shape. There's no rust on them. And this was sitting in a garage, and his son had just moved it to where it was sitting, which was out in the open so we could get it and load it up. But his dad had left it in a garage, and I think that's probably why it doesn't have a ton of rust on it. And the frames look great. I've been up underneath it. It looks good. The only bad place, really, are those spots I showed. And then the trunk, we'll look at that in a second, though. And this here, this was missing, and I've already been in this car. So I'm not going to insult your intelligence and act like this is the first time I'm opening it. I've already been inside this car. So they got the dash off, and he's got all this ordering stuff here. That seal that was missing, that's what this is. Passenger and driver side. The brand new one. And we've got a bunch of interior parts here. And this is the old points, because they changed it over to HEI. That's the old points. And he left a bunch of stuff in here. Just interior parts. A couple of tools. Got some Craftsman sockets now. He left those in here. And in the back here, he's got brand new door panels, brand new dash pad. So his dad had ordered these to put these on, and they were never installed. They just sat here. And what I like to see, they got rat poison in the bottom, which means if any mouse got in here, the little sucker died. So that's a good thing. And let's go over there and to the driver's side. Brakes work on this thing. When I was coming off of, that door didn't want to open too good. But when I was coming off of the trailer, all I did was jump into this thing and put it in neutral. So this is in here too. Right there. I think we got an armrest here. But yeah, there's this whole box of goodies here. I think I'll put this in the box of goodies. And this is an AC car, so the AC stuff is just hanging down. I'm gonna have to take this and tie it all up and everything. For the most part, and you can tell water had started getting in here because of these seals. So these seals here, if you look at this one's kind of dry rotted. So it's got to be pulled back out, this piece here. And then this seal just rests, it holds it in is what it does. So we'll get that out and fix that. But we have a kit for both sides. The only thing I haven't been able to find is this chrome piece for the passenger side. So might have to order that from year one. And year one's who I'm going to go with. Now this guy claimed that this car was running and driving. He claims he drove it out of the garage, that he didn't pull it out. So we'll open this up next and look at the engine. And I actually forgot to cover the hood before I opened it. The hood's got the same thing, a little bit of rust on the other side of this, needs addressed because these hoods are really expensive. But I don't have the air cleaner, the proper air cleaner. Don't even know where it's at, but AC car, power brakes, and a 350. So I already checked the oil on it. The oil looked great. I've already turned it over by hand, so I know it's not stuck. And the next thing, the Quadrajet looks really clean on it too, so I don't think he was lying about it running. So what I'm going to do is I would go today to get a battery, because nobody ever gives you a battery. I'm the only one that gives batteries with my cars, I guess. But we got these batteries, these battery cables here. Unfortunately, we'll have to get a top post. And everything else I've got is a side post, but that's fine. So this battery will be specifically for this car, and we'll probably bump it over first, and we'll go to the fuel pump down there, and we'll bypass the tank, because I don't know what's in the tank. Might be some nasty stuff. Here, let's... see if you can look in there. Looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, it looks pretty good in there. Like I said, I checked the oil. The oil looked pretty good. It wasn't really dark. Didn't look bad at all. And I checked the transmission fluid. It looked okay. So I'm thinking with a battery, we could probably start this. Oh, wait a second. He didn't change this to HEI. He just got a new cap. Okay. I thought he changed it to HEI. I guess I was wrong. Alright, anyway. We also need a wing nut, oddly enough. I'm not sure why that wasn't something that was installed. And the master cylinder doesn't look too bad either. looks kind of, they're usually rusted, you know, really rusted. But I'll probably pop this off, look at the fluid, because the brakes actually worked fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Worked just fine. You can tell he moved this under a tree because of these leaves. And it's full of antifreeze. I already checked that too. So we'll this is what we're going to be working on next. I'm really excited to work on this. Like I said, I always wanted one. Alright, somebody had a blowout, and this is a spare here. He just gave me this as a spare tire. And then here's the other Buick rally wheel, and this one's actually got the cap, and this trunk has an echo. It's kind of funny. But up there, that looks pretty good up there. It's got some looks like some mold or something on it that I'll have to clean off. And here's this, you can't really see it, but that's the quarter panel. Quarter panel looks fantastic except for that one spot down there. And then the trunk looks like this. So it's got little pinholes every you know, every so often. And it really needs either, I'll have to try to take it to bare metal to see if it's salvageable, or I'll just have to repair it and replace it. Because some spots look good, like over here doesn't look bad, but some spots look, you know, they got pinholes and stuff, so some spots are much worse. And around this, I think this is where it's leaking. It's got a little rust here, and then this is bulging up, so I think this right here is our issue. That's what the car used to be. It's a sharp color. It's funny what 50 years the sun will do, isn't it? So, we'll fix this trunk more than likely and just replace it. I think it's a couple $100 for the sheet metal. Okay, here's the hood. So I think he had something sitting on this here. Kind of made this paint. Maybe he had a, I don't know what this was. There's something sitting here though that, I don't know if it was holding moisture or if it just got onto this. But I'll have to take this down to bare metal and paint it. And right here, it looks like something was dripping constantly onto this. Maybe that garage leaked and it just dripped onto here repeatedly. But this right here is the bad spot on the hood, and it's not really, I don't think it's through the metal at all. I think I can still prevent that from being a real problem area. Because these hoods are hard to find. People are trying to sell these for like $1,500 right now. Yeah, we'll get this hood rattle canned. This will try to protect it a little. And this here, there's a little bolt here that's not there that holds this here. So we need to find that and replace that right there. So that's that. I think it's a sharp looking car. Real excited to start working on it.